I know following the news as of late has probably made a lot of people a little more nervous about flying than maybe they normally would be. And this isn't going to help. A flight from Chicago to Indiana was forced to turn around because imagine this, 300 passengers, one toilet.
Oh, my goodness.
This is the situation that travelers found themselves in on a recent Air India flight, departed from Chicago on its way to Delhi, India. It started when they departed, it had 12 toilets. Within 5 hours or so, 11 of the 12 toilets had been clogged.
Oh, my.
So you're down to one, and this is, again, about 300 passengers. To make matters worse, I suppose, the only toilet that was left standing for the final 5 hours of the flight after they decided to turn around was in economy, where the, hoi polloi, the rest of the passengers.
No, it was in business class.
Oh, yeah, right. So it was in business where the economy passengers are typically not allowed to go. Yeah. And so just trouble all around. And the questionable decision, I have to imagine this is because of like customs and stuff like that. But they're 5 hours into the flight, but they can't just land wherever they are. They have to go all the way back to where they started in Chicago, even though they're 5 hours away from it. There had to be closer airports, but not closer airports that would take them. And so then you have a 5 hour flight. At that point, like how much further would have just been to just go on to India?
I don't know. I would imagine getting to India from the United States is not a quick flight. Mm-hmm. So we may be talking about it could have been another 10 hours. Because, growing up, we would fly from Atlanta, Georgia to Johannesburg, South Africa, 16-hour flight.
16, and that's one continent before you get to India.
Yeah.
So, it does make sense that the 5 hours is less, but either way, it feels like that was a bad solution. It does say, obviously, a giant inconvenience in many ways to many people. Air India claims that the flight returned due to a technical issue. They also say that once everybody returned to Chicago, everybody on board was provided with, quote, accommodation to minimize inconvenience, a.k.a. Imodium and Charmin, I assume. I don't how can you minimize that convenience? I don't even know. It was like an 18-hour flight or something like that.
Right.
And then you turn around halfway through. What can you give these people?
I mean, all they could do was, make sure that they had like a place to stay that night or however many nights they needed to.
And a working toilet.
Yeah, and a working toilet.
Their own personal toilet, each and every one of those 300 people.
Yeah. Bad situation here. I definitely wouldn't want to be caught on this flight. I've never experienced a clogged toilet on a flight before, so I'm like, what type of damage did you need to do in there to get it clogged?
Well, 11 out of 12 toilets, like if 2 or 3, I feel like that. Odds are that on a long flight, a couple are going to get clogged, but 11 out of 12 is either a malfunction on the plane's end,
right,
or some kind of protest.
Yeah,
some some passenger boarded the plane, wanting to send a message.
This is a form of terrorism.
What message? Not clear, but you were already worried about all these other things that could happen on a flight that have been in the news lately. One more. That every toilet on the flight could get clogged and then it has to turn around partway through.
While you're here, you should watch more of our videos and subscribe so you don't miss what we do next.